Hey, good morning, country style family. Art here with you, out here in the yard. I just kind of walking around a little bit. I was walking and something caught my eye, and I said, let me go and find out what's going on. Take a look at this right here. Den Finn is doing something. He's got smoke everywhere this morning. Of course, you always have to be very careful with smoke out here in the country, especially if it's dry, because you don't want a fire getting out of control on you. But it's a damp, kind of cool fall morning, and so it shouldn't be a problem, but we need to find out what this smoke is all about. So let's do that. Strap up. Let's go check it out. Country style, baby. Country style. Move! Go. There he is again. I don't know what he's doing. That's not barbecue smoke either. There's a grapevine right there. Didn't put out any grapes. Season's over now. You can see the leaves are turning. No grapes this year at the Fennell household. Maybe next year though. Maybe next year. He is back here in the yard. He's like he's burning. He's got a burn going. It's kind of wet and damp this morning. What's going on, Den Finn? Huh?
You got to move some of the stuff. Too much junk scattered around back there.
Oh. Den Finn's got him a burn going this morning. Just burning some trash?
Burning some trash.
Yeah. Look at that. He's got fires everywhere. Got a fire here.
I didn't tell you I don't want to see it on that video.
Huh?
I don't want to see it on no video. Too trashy. I had time to clean up. It's dying out. The best days I had in a minute.
Fire! I made fire! Hey, it actually feels kind of good. Yeah, see, now taking in all this smoke from Den Finn's fire brings me to my philosophizing for today. See, here's the thing about fires. See, when fire is not controlled, it can be raging, it can be angry, it can be dangerous, it can be deadly. But, when a fire is controlled, it can be soothing, warm, inviting. It can be very comforting. Always control your fire. Okay, that's my philosophy lesson 101 for today. Okay. Oh, so you're gonna be working on some wine today, huh?
Yeah, start the process over.
Yeah. You got 3 barrels here. What are you making? What kind?
I'm just making grape.
Grape, they're all grape. Yeah. Different, same grapes or different batches?
They're gonna be different batches. One of them is a white grape called Scupperdine. They got muscadine. And of course, you always got the blue grape.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them.
Oh, woo. Ah, boy, that aroma jumps up and just smacks you right in the face, the smell of those grapes. Can you see that, friends and neighbors? Let me move them for you a little bit. See that? See that? Oh my goodness. Den Finn's got him a heck of a batch of grapes he's working on around here today. How long you had them working, Den Finn?
Oh, those have been working about 6 weeks.
6 weeks, okay, so they're about ready to come on off.
I got my makeshift dipper.
You say what?
My makeshift dipper.
Oh. Look at that. Now, we've seen you make wine before, and We've tasted your wine. Man, you remember when you did the wine competition with old Cleve?
Oh yeah, Mr. Smith. Oh, Mr. Cleveland Smith. How you doing, Cleve?
Hey, you beat him in that competition.
Yeah,
it was
that's
a
what
tight
I'm saying.
competition. Were you ever concerned that his wine would have gotten more votes than yours?
Nah, not really. He makes good wine. I won't take that from him.
What's the difference? I mean, they taste completely different. You guys got different processes you do.
Yeah.
He uses grits in his. You don't use grits?
No, I don't use grits. I'll show you what I use. Wait. Right now, I'm going to do another strain on this. I've just strained it one time. I'll strain it again.
Where's that old stocking you had last time?
Well, just too much wine for that. That was just for show anyway.
You're saying you basically wouldn't use a stocking?
Oh yeah, I buy them new.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cleve do the same thing.
But in this case, though, this T-shirt is doing what you needed to do.
Right. Cheesecloth is better, but this works just fine. It gets most of the sediment out. We have a clear, crisp wine without a bunch of sediment in the bottom of it. When you leave sediment in the bottom of your wine, after you bottle it up, that sediment in there ends up with fruit and it'll continue to work. As it's working, you might have an explosion. I have several friends have blown up bottles in their freezer because it was still working in the room on the counter. I told them, leave the top loose on it. If you don't, you're gonna have an explosion. I've never blown up one personally.
Yeah, now we talked about this once before. I have blown up a bottle. I blew up a bottle of strawberry wine one time. Boy, it was a good batch too, but then Finn's telling you, if you've got the top too tight on your wine while it's working, that pressure will build up and it will blow. And let me tell you right now, it's ugly and messy. I've done it. You said you've never blown up one though.
I've never blown up one. The closest I've come is I had some capped off with a cork, and I was laying around and I heard something say pop. I heard something say pop. I heard something say pop. And it dawned on me right away. I said, Lord, I sure hope the bottle didn't bust, but it just so happened that it popped the cork. But what you can also do when you're making wine, you don't want to cap it off tight. You can use several different methods. You can put a tube in the top of it and seal it up good. Run the tube out into a jar on the side that's lower than what you're making your wine in. And the condensation will run through the tube and drip into the jar. And that's pretty strong stuff. But you can take it and recycle it, pour it back in. But that lets it breathe so that you won't have problems with blowing up.
Now you're kind of like a scientist. You know this stuff. That might be above the pay grade of the average person just trying to make some wine.
Well, if you're putting it in a 5-gallon bucket, get you a big garbage bag, nothing with scent in it, and put it on top of your trash can, whatever you're making it in, and tie it around the sides of it with some kind of rubber, elastic, or whatever, rope, no different. And then what happens is when the pressure builds up, that bag will expand and blow up.
Yeah.
But what happens is the bag will hold the pressure in it for so long, but the bag will eventually give way and will let the pressure off of it.
Okay.
So you'll be safe that way.
Okay. Yeah, because, you know, again, you have to understand these grapes are living things, you know, so these wines are always still working. Even after you take it off like Denfin is doing now and you've bottled it up, those grapes will continue to work inside the bottle. That's why they say whenever you drink a bottle of wine, the day that you drink it, it's going to taste a particular way on that day that it would have tasted some other day, because that was the age of the grapes on that particular day. So they're always working, right, Denfin?
Yeah, they're working, but they will work off when it comes to the point where they don't work anymore. If you keep them in a dark, cool place, you're a whole lot better off. Heat tends to accelerate it and make it work a whole lot faster. But as you can see, this is some good wine here.
Let's taste it, Denfin.
Oh, man. That's wine on tap.
Yeah. Okay. I see you got some frog eyes on there right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Remember the frog eyes, everybody? That's the
Alcohol.
bubbles. Hold it right there, dear fan. Let me get a good shot of it. Okay. Twist it one time. Twirl it. Let's see if we can see some frog eyes on it. There you go. You see those bubbles? That's the frog eyes.
That's alcohol content.
That's the alcohol content,
The bigger
right?
they are, the longer they last, the stronger it is.
Yeah. Well, let's taste that, man.
Yeah, do that.
Hang on. Right here, friends and neighbors. Right here. This is different from me. You know me. You guys have seen me many times. When I'm drinking wine, I'm usually pouring it in my hand and slurping it out. Den Finn's actually got a little jar working today, so this is a luxury. Oh, man, that's nice. That's really nice. Okay, let me tell you what I'm tasting here. It's actually light. It's not heavy. It's not really strong at all, but it's got a really, really pleasant taste to it. It's a little sweet, not too sweet, but these are sweeter wines, these homemade wines, almost like an after-dinner wine or something like that. You see how my mouth is puckering already? That's because of the wine. Very nice, though. Very nice. Good job, Den Finn. I like it. And how long did you say this has been working?
It's been working in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks. Yeah. That seems to be the magic time right about there.
Right about.
Now, you know, I've been drinking your wine for many, many years. And, well, I'll be honest with you, some of them are hit and miss now. It's not like you knock it out the park every time.
That was in the beginning.
But that's a pretty dang on good batch of wine right here. This might be one of your best ones that I've tasted. Oh, did you know it was going to be that good?
Well, all my wine's good.
No, they're not all good now. Don't play that line.
When have I had some bad wine off it?
Dennis, you've had bad wine.
When? Answer the question. When? How long has it been?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't know, of course, but you got to put that in there, though, right?
I didn't keep a calendar, but I'm just saying it's not like every batch of wine you ever made in your life was perfect.
Go check with Jism and Cleve. You want to know about some bad wine?
Now Jism's wine is not very good. It's okay.
And everybody bringing their wine by here for me to sample. I don't sample everybody no bullshit wine. My own.
You think yours is the best out of everybody?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Yeah, so I'll even go on record. There's a lot of people around here that make wine. Some of them are pretty good. Donald Townsend makes a fine wine. Ronnie McQueen, I'm calling him out. Ronnie makes a great wine. Heck, Lil Rob's even tried making wine. Jism has tried making wine. But I will say, Cleve and Den Finn probably have the corner on the market. Theirs is just better. They're both different. You remember we did the competition. They're different, but they're both very, very good. This batch Den Finn's got working is one of the best I've had from him. One of the best. But it seems like that would be a big part of it, though, Den. I mean, you got to have the right grapes. You know, some grapes are going to be sweeter.
You got to get the right grapes. And even with the, well, when you say the right grape, it depends on what kind of wine you're trying to make. If you're going to make a regular wine like we drink around here that you can drink with anything, you know, anytime, anywhere, or you can make a dry wine if you got grapes that aren't as sweet as the sweet grapes. Then what that is, you still have to add sugar, but you have to monitor your sugar content because you don't want it too sweet. You want to keep it kind of dry. But then there's a thin line between dry and vinegar.
Yeah,
if you don't get it right, then you're going to wind up with vinegar.
You didn't have enough sugar.
You might as well get you some collards, you know, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Or pickle you some peppers.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got a lot of them over there. And keep everything else left behind. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and rinse it. And then go back to work and go wait on it.
Yeah. It's a slow trickle, which is what you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to expedite that situation. I got too much wine in here to deal with.
Can you see that, friends and neighbors? See how that wine is still working? Okay, so I'm taking it down in there close, deep in this barrel. I'm hoping you can see it as it's working. And you can see what we mean by the activation of this process. Yeah. I will say, Denfin, and I've been in Cleve's wine parlor where he's making his wine as well. You do have a few more gadgets than Cleve uses. But you guys have different techniques on how you do stuff. It's all good. Hey, Denfin.
Yes, sir.
Man, do you know how many times, whenever we've done something here in the yard and people see your old pickup truck back in the background, people are writing in, wanting to know about it. Is it for sale? This, that, and the third. Walk over here with me and let's talk to them about this truck for a minute.
Okay, before we even do that, let me tell them this right here. Just go online and look it up. It's an 87 GMC step side. It's the last year that they made them. It's got a 450 with a 4-volt main. I lied. It's got a 350 with a 4-volt main. And it ain't nothing but the truth. It'll get up and get it. Got a wooden deck on the back. Came that originally from the factory.
Well, let's go look at it real quick. But let's not forget this. We need to take this with us. We can walk now.
You going by Pepper Bush on the way?
Huh?
You going by Pepper Bush on the way?
Well, by the way, garden, boy, you remember you guys saw this garden back in the summer. It's gone now. He's turned it over, except these peppers. These are some very serious peppers here. And the dragon has his eyes on them. I'm going to just tell you right now, you may see these again. The dragon has his eyes on these peppers. They are Carolina Reapers. You know they rough.
Hottest pepper in the world.
You already know. What?
The hottest pepper in the world, according to the Genesis World Book.
All right.
Okay, we got more over here. It's still green.
Look at that green one right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Boy, just looking at these things make me hot.
There's one over there. And we got what we call a Trinidad scorpion.
A Trinidad scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over here.
All right.
That's a work in progress.
There she is. It is a handsome looking truck. And you're not driving it.
No, no. But it don't eat nothing. It don't drink nothing. So it don't cost me nothing.
You say it don't eat nothing and it don't drink nothing.
So it don't cost me nothing, session.
Then Finn hell, isn't he?
I got my new rubber ready to go on it.
Yeah.
It's been sitting out in a while.
Where's that? You got a bunch of junk back here, just like a countryman with a bunch of junk in his back of his pickup truck. Can't see that wooden deck, but it's got a nice wooden deck. Boy, that sucker will purr, won't it? What'd you say, Jeff?
I'm out of gas. I got to put some gas in it. But yeah, man, this is my shit. This is my baby.
So, are you going to entertain offers on it or not?
Price is right. Original wood.
It ain't. It says not hurt. It's never crashed. Get that up there in front.
You pull aside somebody and say what you want to do.
There it is right there, friends and neighbors. The email is dennisfennell7@gmail.com, all lowercase. All right, let's get back to this wine now.
Okay, I'm taking a break off this one for right now, letting it settle back down. As you can see, it's still bubbling. Off there, go over there. Turn over a big.
Let's take a look. It's still working?
Yeah, it's still bubbling.
Oh, yeah, I can see it's even more active than it was before. Now you know everybody's gonna be saying, can Dave Finn give us his play-by-play recipe and instructions on how to do this? And
I can point you in the right directions. How you get there is up to you.
there you go. Oh, this batch here, this is newer.
This is a batch that just started working. It's been working probably a week. This is blue and white. Mainly it's white grapes, but I had a few ones left over, so I decided to put them in there. And it's going to be a kind of a mixture. But it's going to be more white than it is going to be blue.
This is a Den Fin blend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you notice, you're wondering what's that stuff on top of it? Well, that's my secret ingredient, my addition of grits. Of course, they're not grits.
You're not going to tell them what you use?
Well, I already told them before. They should remember. If they don't,
because Cleve was transparent with
yeah.
his. He was trying to help the fans.
Yeah, I told them. I can't drill it in the head.
And you're saying you're not going to repeat it?
I use meal. Just regular oatmeal. Just enough to make a cap. You see now, it's got a cap on it. And see, the cap keeps all the pressure inside it as well as the lid does. The wine under here is working. You understand that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This cap that I formed on top of here is a seal. Listen at it. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's actually interesting.
Listen.
You've made a seal. And this is only a week old. Boy, it's a big barrel. And actually, that's one of the wild cards with making wine. People say, how much sugar do you put in? How much meal do you put in? How many grapes? It really depends on how big of a container you have and how much wine you're making. That's what's going to determine how much sugar or how much meal or how much grits you put in it. Some of this stuff you just kind of got to go by and, on your own there. And you always have to keep back and keep sampling it. You'll know if you don't have enough sugar or if you got too much sugar. You'll know how to adjust it over time. Remember what he told you. That first batch that I tasted that was so delicious, 6 weeks in the making. So it's not a fast process.
These are the grapes.
Those are the grapes. Mm-hmm. How sweet are they? Let me have one of those. Here. That's just a regular Scuppernong grape. You've seen them a million times with that thick hull on them. I love these things. I love them. At the seeds, it's got that thick centerpiece in it. Pardon me for doing this. We are in the country. But let me show you one of the hulls just by itself, not the one I just took out of my mouth. Let me show you one.
Okay, now there's the pulp. That's the meat part of the grape.
Yeah, that's that pulp. See how thick that is? Now show them the hull. It's a thick hull.
The hull itself is thick.
See that? Can you get a good look at it? See how thick it is? Very thick hull. Yeah. And all of that goes in there. That's all part of the goodness of the wine.
This is my third straining on this batch. This is going to fill this jug up, this container, and that's going to be the end of the wine drawing for the day. I just got to put it on tap so I'll be able to access it more quickly, and it still have time to breathe some. You have to let wine breathe.
Gotta let it breathe.
If you don't, blow up.
Look, I'm telling you, that's already pretty clear. It's got a beautiful color to it. Some wines are darker than others. It's all great wines.
I don't like sediment in my wine.
Huh?
I don't like sediment in my wine.
No, I don't either.
And fruit. If you leave that stuff in there, it continues to work, and you got problems. I heard something say, pop, the pop, the pop.
Hey, Den Fin.
Yes, sir.
I like to be thorough. I'm not quite sure that I did a proper sampling on that wine. And since the glass is still right here and there's nothing in it, I'm thinking I should probably taste a little more. Just because I want to be sure. Otherwise,
just push the button.
Yeah, otherwise, friends and neighbors, I would never just get more wine just because. But I have to be thorough. You want me to do a thorough sampling for you. Well, I've got to have more. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Woo! Boy, I tell you what, I'm like Snoop Dogg. Sometimes you gotta back up off it and sit your cup down. That dang on wine getting me hot. Whew, it's good. Oh, look who that is walking up. Who is that walking up? Who is that masked man? What's going on, fireman?
You got it, man.
Fireman in the house, boy.
I need me a little pick-me-up, not then.
Need a little pick-me-up.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't hit me with this short sleeve on in the summertime.
Yeah. What you been doing, man?
Huh? Working, man. Trying to do a little work.
You always working. You the hardest working man in show business.
Hey, you can't be still. You can't keep no lead in your pocket if you don't do that.
You got to have it, huh?
Got to have. Everybody giving no way, I don't believe. Then, I need a swig, man.
So now we done moved into a whole nother operation. Then Finn about to work on what are you about to work on?
What I'm finna do now is I'm finna brine some turkey legs so that I can smoke them. I don't do smoked turkey legs that you buy already smoked. I prefer smoking my own. So this is what we have here. We have made us a brine, and the brine consists of several different things, mainly of which is a lot of salt. Salt usually runs pretty heavy.
Because you're trying to draw. Tell them what you're doing with that.
We're trying to penetrate the meat with the brine. So what you have to do is you have to make sure that you season up your brine really well, lots of salt, and you have to use some cloves. I don't usually do garlic and onions because it has a tendency to spoil your stuff, but you can if you prefer. Just whatever seasoning that you like, and just be generous with the brine. But now you're gonna have to keep your brine at a certain temperature. You can't just leave it laying out. Like here, I'm putting some smoked paprika in here just for color and flavoring. So I already had some in there, so I'm just putting a little bit more.
Boy, get a whiff of that coming up out of there.
Sugar. You gotta have brown sugar. Now what you do now is you will immerse. Okay, so now I'm placing the turkey legs in the brine. And see, this process is going to take, 2 days. I like to give it 48 hours. It depends on how much brine you want, how salty you want it. Because you can, if you think that you let them soak too long and that they're too spicy or too salty for you, you can always just rinse them.
Gotcha. And fireman, you agree with that? You like to brine your meat, don't you?
Yeah, with a fork.
With a fork?
Yeah.
You don't do much cooking, do you?
I do a little bit at home and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I've had your cooking before.
Yeah, I can, but you know.
Yeah. But you can make that fire that the cooking goes with.
That's what I'd rather do. I'd rather make the pie.
Don't fuck with my fire,
you know.
Leave my shit alone. I didn't need no help with that.
All right, then Finn getting on Fatter Boy over there about something.
He meant well, but I don't want my charcoal to burn up.
Well,
Fatter Boy just be standing in the background anyway.
it's all moisture. It's just so much moisture out here. Those things they went out. I just lit them. Okay.
You messed with his charcoal and he got on you?
Yeah, he did. Seems like an often man.
Faye did a good job. I don't care what she went at. That's what she do.
You got a good rub you've been using that you made lately?
Yes, I don't have one.
I know you're always making rubs.
But my son has decided that he wants
Oh, your son, by the way, your son's rub is better than yours.
Well, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to put it out there, and I know he's watching. He's going to be grinning like crazy when he hears this.
Well,
but I think it's better than yours.
It's easy for anybody to tell. It's up to you whether you believe it or not. The choice is yours. But he does good. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that some of his might not be better than mine. Well, I wouldn't get used to it. But the apple don't fall far from the tree, so I wouldn't expect nothing but the best from him.
Is this yours right here?
And as a matter of fact, this is his.
That's his? Let me
This
taste
is
it.
some that he sent me.
Here.
Oh, give me a little bit.
You know, you guys know I've said it many times. I love a rub. What does it taste like, Fireman?
It's pretty good. Ain't too salty, ain't too, but just about just right.
Is it hot?
Okay.
God, dog, what are you doing, man? Fireman, I don't know what he doing. Let me taste this, though.
It's good. Ain't too salty or nothing. We mean got just the right amount.
I agree with you, Fireman.
Got just the right amount.
You know, I talk about this all the time. You all remember, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you remember that time Den Finn burned me up with that hot, pasty Carolina Reaper sauce he was cooking up, and I tried it like a fool? Yeah, I ain't doing no more dancing for y'all, but I did dance that day. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. Let me get a little sample off of that, Den Finn. Small sample here. Right there. I'm just going to try a little small sample. Just a small sample.
Great.
So, friends and neighbors, I think you get the idea.
No, put that piece back.
Ended up being a pretty busy morning. Made the wine, tasted the wine, took up the wine, then came over to this brine and got on these smoked turkey legs. It's a good day. Out here in the yard with Den Finn. Tell him, Den Finn.
What's going on? We had it, man.
Yeah. So, hey, it was a good day. Boy over there and the fireman's around the corner. So I want to thank you. I'm going to go ahead and get back into some of this right here. I'm just not going to do it while I'm talking to you. But we'll check you on the next episode, baby. Country style in the yard. It's how we do it. You already know. Yeah, that's good, man. That really is good.
I hit spot.
And hey, before I go, here's another reminder. The Country Style Day Party is almost here. Are you coming? Are you going to come and hang out with us? We sure hope so. Again, it's Saturday, December 3rd in Atlanta, Georgia. And every one of our Country Style family members is going to be there. And they're looking to meet you. They'll have their products for you. Sauce and rub and wine and all the good stuff. And of course, you already know we'll have your country style merchandise for you as well, just in time for Christmas so you can have those gifts for your loved ones under the tree. Again, it's a day party, December 3rd from 1 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. It's an indoor party. The doors will not open until 1 o'clock. Now, the location is the legendary Ford Hall. That's located at 3418 Dogwood Drive, Hateville, Georgia. Hateville is right next to the Atlanta airport. Now, there'll be a DJ, there's going to be light food, a cash bar, and a lot of fun and prizes, and we'll be doing a whole lot of crazy stuff out there. Get your tickets now because they will likely sell out. Let me repeat that again. They will likely sell out. They're available on Eventbrite under the Country Style Day Party. That's Eventbrite Country Style Day Party. And you can also pay at the door if there's still space available, but we don't have any guarantees on that one. We'll be looking for you December 3rd.